Ladies and gentlemen, it is officially that time again. In today's video, we are going to go over 10 amazing Switch games that are must-play games that you're going to enjoy if you get a chance to play them. So, let's go ahead and get right into this video. So these are some of my favorite videos to make because I like telling you cool games you guys should play, and then in the comments you guys could tell me cool games that I should play. It's a give and take system. This is a series on my channel. This is probably like the 16th video. So if a game that you think I should play is not in this video, there's a good chance that it's in a previous video, so go watch those. Or go watch my top 100 Switch game video, it's probably in there. But regardless, we have 10 amazing Switch games to go over today. So before we get started, if you could, hit a like and subscribe, and let's go ahead and get right into it. So one of my favorite colors is yellow, because there's so many cool yellow things. Bananas are cool, Pokemon Yellow is cool, Butter's hair from South Park is cool, oh yeah, and Pac-Man. If somebody were to tell you to think of Pac-Man, you would probably have a set image in your head. You would probably think of the original arcade game. And while that I guess still is a good game, it's kind of dated, right? We need something more modern. And that's where Pac-Man World Re-PAC comes in. Pac-Man arrives home on his birthday to find that ghosts have kidnapped Pac-Man's family and ruined his party. Just thinking of Pac-Man having a family makes me laugh for some reason, but I guess he deserves to be happy too. So essentially what this is a Pac-Man platformer. And on the surface you might think, yeah, that's probably not going to work. But it turns out this game is actually a lot of fun, and I think it's often overlooked because it is Pac-Man. But if you get a chance, you should definitely check this one out. Now let's talk about Shovel Knight Dig. Shovel Knight is an amazing series, and there's so many great Shovel Knight games to choose from. This one, I feel like kind of went under the radar a little bit, and that's unfortunate because this is an amazing game. When Drill Knight and his digging crew blast apart Shovel Knight's peaceful campsite and steal his loot, he grabs his trusty shovel blade and starts tunneling after them. Meet new friends and foes, and outfit yourself in your quest to keep the entire land from collapsing underfoot. Jump, slash, and dig your way down in an ever-changing world of mystery. What's cool about this is they utilize the shovel very well. Like Shovel Knight Dig, it's about digging, and that's essentially what you're doing this whole game. It's digging, but platforming, but kind of Metroidvania, but kind of some other stuff going on. I don't really know how to explain it. You can obviously see what I'm trying to say here. So if you get the chance to play Shovel Knight Dig, you should definitely do that. So to be honest, I wasn't the biggest Kirby fan until I played Kirby in the Forgotten Land. And then I went back and played a lot of older Kirby games, and I really enjoy them. And I didn't know there were so many Kirby games on the Switch. And one game that I don't think gets enough recognition is Kirby Star Allies. When an evil threatens Planet Popstar, Kirby will need a little help from his enemies, maybe? Yeah, I think his enemies. This game is great because you're making friends out of foes. And what I mean by that is every enemy that you defeat, you can kind of take their power and make it your own. And it makes it really fun to defeat every enemy to see what kind of power you're going to get. And there's quite a few different abilities in here. Like there's a spider ability, you can become an artist, there's a cleaning ability, you can get a staff so you can just bop people in the head, that's always really cool. Stone Kirby's awesome, and there's a festival ability that makes Kirby look badass in my opinion. What this is basically a classic Kirby game, just in the modern era, so if you get the chance, definitely check this one out. Now let's talk about Streets of Rage 4. If you've ever played a Streets of Rage game, you kind of know what you're getting into, but in my opinion this is the best one. Beat 'em ups are probably like my least played genre of gaming, and to be honest I don't know that much about a lot of them. But this one is the one that I'm absolutely in love with. It's so addicting. I really love the art style here. I don't know if you would call it cel shaded or not, but what it is it's that timeless look. It looks like something you could play 10 years ago, play today, or play 10 years in the future, and it's still going to hold up exactly the same. Again, this is another game you kind of just zone out. You just play it, you get into the music, and you start vibing out. You start beating up some enemies, and then you realize you've been playing for 40 hours and you need to go to sleep. Even though this is a Streets of Rage game, they have some new mechanics in this one, so it kind of makes it a little bit more immersive and a little bit more fun. So even if you're not a beat 'em ups fan, this is still a game I would definitely check out. The next game we're talking about today is Time UFO. In this game you will help the citizens of Earth as a cute little UFO with a handy extendable claw. Move objects to a designated platform and balance, arrange, and build to help Earthlings complete jobs. Tasks will range from farming, fishing, and stacking cheerleaders. That's right, you heard me correctly. Each puzzling job has multiple objectives hinted at through pictures. Solve them to earn in-game medals and unlock even more jobs, but you just want to keep an eye on the timer. Take on jobs like helping a farmer load a truck, arranging circus animals, and rebuilding a temple. In addition to the medals you'll earn to unlock the other stages, you'll receive some in-game currency for each job you complete. Then you can redeem your hard-earned currency for adorably useful costumes. Dress like a ninja for a sneaky look and a speed boost, or don the safety helmet to stop quickly when zooming around the screen. Games like this really remind me of gaming back in the day. Like, you would just try any game, you didn't care what it was about, and 9 times out of 10 you would have fun. This is before we would take reviews so serious and take everybody else's opinion so serious. We were just in gaming for the sake of gaming. So this game is a very welcome treat on the Nintendo Switch. So that game was about a UFO, and sometimes I wish I was abducted by a UFO because prices on Earth for video games are just too expensive. But I think I have a solution, and that's instantgaming.com, the sponsor of today's video. If you're like me and you like playing games on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and the Switch, but you don't want to pay full price for them, well, that's where instantgaming.com comes in handy. You can get games for every single one of these platforms, and you can get them at a hugely discounted price. Not only that, you can get Game Pass memberships, PlayStation memberships, Nintendo eShop gift cards, all of those as well at a discounted price. So if saving money on some amazing games sounds like something you would like to do, well then use my link down below and save some money on some video games. Shout out to instantgaming.com for sponsoring this video, and let's get right back into it. Now let's talk about Rayman Legends, the definitive edition. When I first got my Switch, this was one of the first games I bought, and I think I got it at Best Buy for like 20 bucks. And because it was so cheap, I thought it was like shovelware. Like, I know Rayman is a really important gaming character and has some amazing games, but a good game could not be that cheap. What ended up happening is I ended up playing one of the best 2D platformers I think I've ever played. This game is so special and so charming, and to put it simply, it's just so damn good. The music is amazing, the gameplay is so tight and fluid, the graphics are so vibrant, and when I tell other people about this game that maybe haven't played it, they have the same opinion I originally had. They thought it was just a quick filler game, something to play while you're waiting for something else. But that's just not the case here. There's over 100 maps to play through. You can tell a lot of time and effort went into this, and in my opinion it's definitely a must-play Switch game. Now let's talk about Toki Tori. In this game you will take control of Toki Tori, a surprisingly heroic chicken, as he puzzles his way through 80 plus levels spread throughout 5 unique worlds. Toki Tori isn't very athletic. He can't even jump, but luckily he has some great tools at his disposal. Creative thinking and problem solving are required to collect all eggs in each level. But don't worry, when you get stuck you can always rewind the time. And if all else fails, use the wild card to skip a level. So again, this is just a really fun game. It doesn't take itself too serious, it's not claiming to be the next biggest and best thing, but it's just a fun game. And isn't that what we're all searching for at the end of the day? Also a bonus, this game's actually 60 FPS. There's not a lot of other games on the Switch that can say that. There's not really much else for me to say here, so if you get a chance to play this, you should definitely do that. The next game we're talking about is called Runner 3. The Temple Tot is determined to rid the multiverse of all its love and happiness. Commander Video, a lover if there ever was one, refuses to let this happen. He's ready to jump, double jump, wall jump, slide, kick, float, fly, and drive and dance his way to victory, all across a medley of thrilling, challenging, and joyous levels. As you can see on the screen, this game just looks like a super fun adventure. And the great thing is, this is the third one, so if you enjoy something like this, there's other ones you can go back and play. Oh yeah, have you ever heard of that guy named Charles Martinet? You know, the voice of Mario, you know, the most iconic video game character of all time? Well, guess what? He is the actual narrator of this game. So you know that's a huge bonus. This game is a little wacky and a little out there, but I think that's where it gets a lot of its charm from, because it's trying to be super goofy, but somehow at the same time capturing all the fun of a great game. So in my opinion, Runner 3 is a great addition to your Nintendo Switch library. The next game we're talking about today is more of an experience than anything, and I'm talking about the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. So in this game, you will play as Stanley, and you will not play as Stanley. You will make a choice, and you will have choices taken from you. The game will end, but the game will never end. Contradiction follows contradiction. The rules of how games should work are broken, then broken again. If that doesn't make any sense, well, let me explain a little more. Basically, you are a silent office worker who one day discovers that everyone but him has disappeared from the office building, and you need to find out why. So you do that, but there's a narrator, and if you disobey that narrator, well, then interesting things start to happen. It's something that's going to leave you scratching your head and wondering, what the hell is going on here? So if you only get a chance to play one game from this entire list today, this is that game. The last game we're talking about today is called Axiom Verge. Life, afterlife, real, virtual, dream, nightmare. It really is a thin line that's all blurred together. This is the action adventure you've been waiting decades for. After a lab accident, a scientist awakens in a mysterious alien world. Is this a distant planet, the far future, or a complex virtual reality computer simulation? You will explore a large labyrinth world in order to learn its secrets and uncover your role within it. Discover tons of weapons, items, and abilities, and you'll need to break the game itself by using glitches to corrupt foes and solve puzzles in this environment. So I mean, take your pick in this one, right? This game checks every kind of box in a game that I would like to play, so I'm sure you would like to play it as well. It may not look like it on the surface, but this game is a damn masterpiece. So if you get a chance, and I'm sure you will sometime, definitely check out Axiom Verge. Ladies and gentlemen, there were 10 more must-play Switch games. If we add these 10 games to all the previous ones, we're probably up to like 170, 160 must-play Switch games. So that's amazing. That shows the Nintendo Switch has a lot going for it. Down below, let me know any games you think I should check out. Like I said, if it's not in this video, there's a good chance it was in a previous video, but if it's not, who knows? Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you could. I'd really appreciate a follow. And you guys know me, I'll see you soon with a new video. Peace out.